My name is Brian Pillman Jr., and you're watching the Rasslin Rage YouTube show. Oh!
It's going down! This is Rasslin Rage! Do it now! This is Rasslin Rage! Scream it out loud! This is Rasslin Rage! Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade! It's going down! This is Rasslin Rage! Do it now! This is Rasslin Rage! Scream it out loud! This is Rasslin Rage! Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade!
And now it's time for Wrestling Rage with your host, Cody Fleming.
Here we go again with this stupid thing. Can never have just a great thing. It always wants to mess up. Anyways, piece of junk. It wasn't made by Roach, right? That's what it is. Okay. Well, welcome to another episode of Rasslin Rage, number 86 to be exact. I want to say thank you for everybody joining me tonight. And joining me for tonight's episode is the Queen of Roach, Arabella. Thank you for coming on once again.
You're welcome, Ben. Not sure why I agreed to Again.
Again, I have no idea.
So I'm pretty sure you still boo me.
Right. Why didn't boo you Saturday? I actually cheered for you. Okay, there you go. So listen, make sure you guys smash the like button. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. That's down there. There's also like a red button thing down there. And while you do that, scroll down into the description. All right, scroll down into there. You will find a donation link. All money goes back to the show. You will also find a link to the WWE shop, and you will also find a link to High Spots. You can go over there and you can buy a ring skirt. You can buy, whatever you want, turnbuckle pads, you name it. But make sure you click that link because Rasslin Rage gets a very small chunk of change if you buy something. Also, while you're down there, you can click, there's a link that you can click, but prowrestlingtees.com/Rasslin Rage. You can go there and get a Rasslin Rage t-shirt. Also, Rasslin Rage has Facebook and Twitter, and we now have Instagram. Still learning how to use it though, because I'm a little more seasoned than some. But what's that?
All the technical.
Oh, listen to you! You can't even get the mic in front of you.
That's not my job. That's the peasant's job. So put it in front of me, yeah.
So please like our page and follow us at Rasslin Rage on both of those. And I don't really know how Instagram works, so whatever. Mondays and Wednesdays are upload days for Rasslin Rage YouTube channel. This week's uploads was a match from MPWA New Breed between Bwcw and Electric Ely. That's how you say it, Ely. I want to say Eli, but it's not. It's Ely. And my interview with the current Detroit-style wrestling heavyweight champion of the world, who also calls people peasants, the Dread King, Logan.
I'll have to see how much of a king he actually is, won't I?
Yes, you will. He's actually a really cool dude. So check that interview out. We talk about, he took a little bit of a break from wrestling, and he was kind of not happy with the wrestling business, so he decided he wanted to take a break, and he came back, and here he is, and we talk about that a little bit. So definitely good stuff to check out. Now, coming up next week is a match from XBW. Sabrina Kyle versus Laurel Cassidy. Did you see Laurel there? She was the retro, what did she call her? The retro something.
Something about being colourful and from the 80s. I don't know, something dumb like that.
Okay, right.
You should be putting anything to do with me on there, clearly.
Well, I didn't film that match. You were in the Battle Royale. We're going to talk about that in a minute, though, so don't get too far ahead of us. All right, so this week will be that match. It's Sabrina Kyle and Laurel Cassidy was the name. And then also my interview on Wednesday with Kid Bullet, which is going to go up which will be a good one. And he's another one that's been up here for Blue Water Championship Wrestling. He should be in Ohio tonight, by the way. Big shout out to the guys in Ohio down there for Future Great Wrestling. They got two benefit shows going on tonight, fundraisers, one tonight, one tomorrow. So big shout out to all the guys at Future Great, and Cody Hawk and Kid Bullet and Shay Solo and Jackson, all those dudes. Everybody down there. Much love to you guys down there, and I hope that you guys raise millions of dollars and have a good time. But, so Kid Bullet on Wednesday at 10 a.m. It looks like my stupid thing isn't working anymore, as always. But anyways, that's that. Could be good time. Now, we're not going to go over a whole lot of independent shows because you're on a show. So we're going to talk to you a little bit. We're going to talk, a little bit about XBW. We're going to talk to you, ask you a few questions. And we'll talk about a show that's coming up on Sunday. And then we're going to get into all the rage, and we're going to talk about a couple things, some historical things that were, what do you call them? I don't know. They're historical. That's it. They happened years ago on days of the week, something like that. So when we come back, we are going to talk a little bit of indies, and we're going to ask Arabella a few questions when we come back.
How to do it, right? That's what Kofi King. Right.
Hey, there we go. Yes, Michigan is going to be nuclear next week. It's going to be nuclear all week. So let's check it out here. Indies. So last weekend, Master Weir was on the show. Thank you again for that, by the way, out there. I know you're in there, so thank you. While he was on, we talked about Xtreme Bombshells of Wrestling. We didn't know any of the matches going into it. We did have a little bit of some inside information that there possibly was going to be a Battle Royale, all-women Battle Royale, which, of course, there was. I sat down with British Amazon Heidi Katrina before the show, did an interview with her, and then I just kind of moseyed around and talked with a lot of the ladies that were on the show. There was a lot of twists and turns and turbulence and bumps and all kinds of things. But one thing that we seen was you in a Battle Royal. Now that threw a lot of us off because the last time that we had talked, you and I specifically, you were on the show and we talked and you were talking about that you had to hang up the boots because of an injury. So we talked a little bit after the show. We didn't get right into it, but we're going to get into it tonight. What's going on? So are you cleared to wrestle again? What's up? Let us know. What's happening?
First, I'm going to go to an accent all of these freaking idiots on our chat can actually understand, since they can't actually understand how I talk as a queen.
Okay.
But that's fine. Second of all, I can't give too much detail. All I can say is that I have been training in the dungeon relentlessly. Because after I had that taste of gold with Roach, I want more, and I'm going to make sure I get it.
Okay. Speaking of gold, right? And well, let's stick on you. So how are you still injured?
I can't give you all the answers.
Oh, come on! You got to give me something now. So
I am better.
You're better. Okay. So where do you go from here?
Well, that's for me to know and for you to find out now, isn't it?
But she's making for a real hard interview, ain't she? I'll tell you what, my lord.
Well, come on. Surprises are fun, right?
True, they are
seeing
true.
me on the show randomly, right?
You do make a good sense. Now, or you do make sense. During the Battle Royale, I don't know if anybody else noticed, and I don't know who was paying attention to what, but I was paying attention to you. And it seemed like you and Shayla Hyde were going at it quite a bit. So I got to ask. Now, to my understanding, well, I know you two have faced each other previous to this in a singles match. So is this a little bit of the boil over from that match into this Battle Royale?
Oh, absolutely, because she doesn't belong in my ring.
Ooh, darn. So it's your ring now.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Come on, we all know I'm the most dominant bombshell there is there. And I'm not a bombshell, I'm a queen.
You're a queen?
Bombshells are the pretty little girls that think they're wrestlers.
Ooh, nice. Okay. All right. Well, so you and Shayla aren't getting along. So we may be able to look forward to another match. Maybe.
If I had the chance to kick her ass again, I would take it.
All right. There we go. So there you go. So ass kicking happening eventually or soon. Now, I was out of the country, unfortunately. Well, it was kind of cool, but hey, I was out of the country when your boys, Roach, won the tag championships from Muscle and Mayhem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I wasn't here. Now there's a little bit of, they win the gold, and there hasn't been a show since they won the gold. Well, there's been one, but what are they going to do now?
They're going to keep training harder and harder, and any little challenge that comes up, they're going to continue to squash it, and they're going to keep their gold.
Nice.
My monsters know nothing else but destruction, and that's what they're going to keep on doing.
Okay, all right. Well, I like it. I don't mind the guys. They're a little crazy for my taste, but
You get used to it, I promise.
I mean, I suppose. I thought I was a little crazy. And I break stuff for a living.
They do too.
I also break people's souls for a living. No, just joking.
They do too.
That is a true thing. So they got the gold. They even got their own gold. That's pretty cool. I like that.
Thank you.
I wish I had a Rasslin Rage belt. One day when I make the big money, you're
gonna let me sport it, right?
Well,
you don't want
I mean,
anyone else tainting that, right?
For a small fee.
No, you can't play it cool
Everybody's-
like that. If anything, you're
Hey.
gonna pay me.
What? Oh, okay. Wasn't it $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase that says everybody's got a price?
Yeah, except you're going to pay me.
All right. We'll see. This is gold. All right. So bombshells are she's quoting you in there. That was a good one. That was a good one, though. I got to give you that.
I only speak the truth, and I get hated for it, but that's fine.
Okay. So I've had some I've been talking to a lot of wrestlers, female, male, all the way around. And there's a hot button topic right now. Intergender wrestling. It's a hot button topic, okay? I'm not sure if you caught Impact's pay-per-view, but Tessa Blanchard, Sami Callihan, main event of the night.
Absolutely.
Intergender match. Probably one of the best intergender matches I've ever seen. And so I want to ask, what's your thoughts? I already know what you're going to say because I've seen you train. So let's hear it. What's your thoughts on intergender wrestling? Let's hear what you got to say.
I am all for it.
You're all for it. All right.
If
And
a
I
man
figured that
thinks
was going to
they
be
can
the
step
case.
foot to foot with Arabella, they're absolutely wrong. And honestly, if a female or male wants to be a wrestler, they have to be able to go against any challenge that comes in front of them, whether that's the other gender or not.
Right.
If you really want to prove your dominance, then don't be such a coward. Embrace it with a challenge. I see nothing wrong with it. I would gladly kick a guy's ass if they were in front of me. That's fine.
Okay. Well, I don't know if you watched any of her other intergender stuff, but she did. She had a match that she did when she was the Wrestle Circuit. She still is a Wrestle Circus champ. I just don't. She had two. She lost one. She's still the women's champ, I believe. But there was another one. I forget what the name of the title was, but it was specific to Wrestle Circus. And she faced Brian Cage, who is 5-6 times her size. And regardless of what anybody says, like the size difference and what have you, they made it work, and it looked good. And it looked real good.
David versus Goliath.
Right.
Size doesn't always matter. Speed doesn't always matter. It's if you can outwit your opponent and if it's you can out wrestle them.
Right. So, while we're talking about it a little bit, what do you guys in the chat think? What do you guys think about intergender wrestling? Do you think it's too much? Do you think it depicts? Because I've heard a lot of people say that what I do. I teach karate. Okay. So a lot of people, some people will say that it depicts domestic violence.
No, because if you talk to people who have really been through that situation, I can tell you right now they're not going to agree with you.
Okay. And so then somebody else.
At least I don't think so.
I could agree with that. I could agree with the assessment of it being that depicting that if we were still in 1981.
Yeah.
If we didn't know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If we didn't know.
Everything is so self-aware. Everything in society right now is so self-aware and brought straight to the forefront that I don't think you can really confuse the two.
Yeah, I agree. Well,
at least I hope not.
Like, you know, coming up through training, if you're the only girl, who you wrestling?
Exactly.
Who you
I'm
wrestling?
not going to wrestle the freaking air.
Right, you're going to wrestle the dudes.
Exactly. I will be trained like a guy, and I will be taught like a guy, and that has been my message ever since I stepped foot through that door.
Right.
And of course, my trainer, the people I trained with, they made damn sure that was the case.
Right. So Arabella, make America great again and try Josh's ice cream. By the way, I haven't mentioned it yet. Our new sponsor, Happy Harper Ice Cream, officially sponsoring. They brought over the ice cream today. By the way, when are you going to make this announcement of this new ice cream? Because oh my God.
You know what's hilarious is Arabella is a little lactose intolerant, but I love ice cream.
Oh.
So Happy Harbor needs to get on making me a dairy-free one so I can eat all of it that I want.
Dairy-free. Just use almond milk or something. There you go. I drink almond milk like it's going on.
Me too.
My son's same. So
almond milk or coconut milk.
Right.
Either way.
Yeah. So that's how we are here.
Blood.
Woo woo. He says, yeah, but I'm telling you that this new stuff. I don't know. I don't know what he's calling it, but he gave me a sample. It's like crack. I'm telling you right now, I want more.
Is it as good as my roach's blood?
I've never had that.
You should try it sometime. It's pretty good.
One of these days, hook me up. We'll talk. All right.
All right. Sounds good.
That's what I'm thinking. There we go. There's drugs for that, Arabella. Drugs for what? What'd you do?
Now. I don't do drugs. I'm a good person.
All right. So coming up,
I only do the fun ones.
Right. So Saturday, there's a couple shows tomorrow, but I want to talk specifically about XICW Proving Ground. Just announced today or yesterday. We showed the video last week of Shogun Jackson Stone issuing a challenge to the XICW roster, and I don't know if it was he stepped up to the challenge or what the deal was, but they announced that it will be the Black Diamond, Jack Price, against the Suplex Shogun, Jackson Stone, in a Suplex Challenge match. If you don't know what the rules of the Suplex Challenge are, Suplex Shogun has to suplex his opponent 5 times before he can go for the pinfall. The opponent can suplex him 5 times and win automatically. They can win by count out. They can win by anything, basically. But he has to do it 5 times before they can do anything. 5 times!
Now, Jack Price is part of DTA, right?
Yes.
The one with Alex Weir and all them, right?
Yes.
Oh, Shogun's got it.
You know,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's gonna be the new Suplex City. Let's.
Oh, come on now. You know,
I'm just kidding. Jack Price is probably the best member of DTA, and might actually give Shogun a run for his money.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe
if you have an opportunity, go online and check out the match between Shogun and Isaiah Bronner.
I will.
That match was OMG.
I'm sure.
For real. I'm not joking. Like, I was on the edge of my seat the entire time.
All right.
I'm serious. Like,
I
don't know if it's because I was emotionally invested, but I was all up in my feels. I'm telling you right now.
You know, I feel like DTA is slowly becoming the new 5M or the new
Bullet Club.
Bullet Club. Yeah, there's just too many members. You got to be like, if you want to be a prestigious like Roach, you stick to close numbers and you stick to monsters.
The Nomads have like 752 members.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's catching up to them.
That's That's
Try as they might, I don't think they're catching up.
almost as many as 5MW. Well, yeah, there's a lot in that 5MW. There's like chapters. It's like a biker gang. There's like they got a West Coast chapter.
Why
they
they're
got
not
a Northern,
as successful as Roach.
All right, but so there's only 3 teams left in wrestling with a vet. The rookie Mongo and his veteran old timer, the rookie Little Dicky Watts with his veteran Aaron O'Ryan. Yeah, guy. Rookie Nolan Edwards with his veteran Josh Raymond. And I said it last week, and I'm going to say it again. Mongo for the win, taking it all, ladies and gentlemen. Not Sunday though, because there's this one and then the next one is the final. So that's what I think, and I'm taking it to the bank. And you can write it down and do all that good stuff. So that's all we're going to talk about in this portion of the show. Logistically, or I guess you could say logistically, but if with you coming on the show, I thought that you were a little more important than the rest of the independents going on.
That's because I am. But I will say, I do have, just a side note, I do have Nolan Edwards taking everything. And you know why?
What?
Because Nolan Edwards understands what it's like to be crazy and what it's like to have that drive to absolutely crush everyone in front of him. I've got Nolan Edwards.
All right, well, I disagree.
Although, can we talk about how DTA's big bad dog Aaron O'Ryan is being trained by Dickie Watts?
Being trained by... What are you talking about? He's being trained by Dickie Watts.
You know he's going backstage and getting trained by him. No. What kind of training, I don't know.
No, I have no clue what
no,
you're talking about.
I still got Nolan Edwards.
All right, well, you can
Homie's
take
got
him.
it.
You can take him because it ain't me, homie. It ain't me. But it is time for that part of the show where we talk about news or hot button topics or whatever. This week we got a couple interesting topics that are not quite news that had happened, but are things that had happened in the past years ago. On the days, like one happened on Monday and so, well, we'll talk about
like a throwback,
something like that. There we go. So we're going to talk about a couple cool things. When we come back. The transition's ticking me off. All right, but anyways, it is what it is. So Sunday, this past Sunday, marked the 23-year anniversary. And what I believe was the greatest heel turn in the history of professional wrestling. Now, I don't really know of any other heel turns other than that one, that was that big of a deal. That's the only one that sticks out in my head. But it also marks the birth of probably one of the greatest factions since the Four Horsemen, NWO, New World Order. The influence that the day of when Hogan turned heel and the NWO was formed still has an impact on the wrestling business today. And if anybody was to ask how, I only say one thing: Bullet Club. The Bullet Club was influenced by the NWO completely. They've said it 100 times. And
color scheme and all.
Right, exactly.
That too.
That too. Cease and desist. But anyway, I just want to say, I just think that I grew up on Hogan. When I was a kid, and still in my shell, and everything was, Hogan was the dude. Hogan was the guy. He was everybody's guy, pretty much. There was always the one guy that liked somebody else, but regardless, Hogan, 95% of the children that I went to school with were a Hulk Hogan fan. We all had Hulk Hogan wrestling buddies. We were all Hulk Hogan, right? And so to find that, first of all, we have Hogan jumps ship, leaves WWE, comes over to WCW with Hall and Nash. We don't know that they're together. And then out of nowhere, he comes out. We think he's going to help the other guys. He's going to help Sting and Macho Man. Nope.
You know why?
Why?
People say it's a heel turn. People say that people are bad guys. But you know what it is? It's Hogan and anyone else that has done a heel turn realizing that the fans are morons and doing what they need to do best for them. Just saying.
Is that why is he a good guy again?
No, he just knows. I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
Hogan, I don't think Hogan can make up his mind.
That's a true story. All right, she got me. Wipe that one off. All right, but NWO.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk a little bit about. So you had the NWO, probably one of the greatest things to happen at that time when it really helped WCW in the Monday Night Wars. It shot them forward. They did eventually beat Raw in the Monday Night Wars, but then eventually lost again, and ultimately became property of WWE. What do you think? What do you think was the downfall of NWO? As a faction.
Too many. I don't want to say.
I hate you, Josh.
So you're that old, huh?
Yeah, I'm that old apparently. But
a hard thing to say. I think sometimes it becomes a problem where there's too many egos, or there's too many big names, or there's not a single defined leader.
Right.
Like in Roach, there's me. I have my monsters. Now, I don't consider myself above them. We are equals. But when it comes down to it, I am their leader, and I direct what is going on. So,
fair enough.
I think that's the problem. I think there was no leadership. And that's why it fell apart and crumbled.
Okay.
To where, I don't know, DX, there were two main head figures in that faction, and the rest followed. They all worked together like brothers and sisters. But they had two people to follow.
All right, so that brings on another question since you brought up DX. All right. I already know what I'm going to answer, but do you believe DX? Which one do you believe had more influence on the business, DX or NWO?
That's a hard one.
That is a hard one. But while you're thinking about that, I think one of the main reasons why NWO fizzled out and eventually led to the fizzle out of WCW was number one, too many people. And then there was no it wasn't elite. There was nothing that made it special anymore because everybody was an NWO member.
And that's like Bullet Club. They started out as this small thing, and for a while it was like Circle Devitt.
Yeah.
The single amount of guys. Then all of a sudden, it just up.
Yeah.
And so and unfortunately, you see it a lot, even in the indies, where you get all of these guys who are just, I'm a part of this, I'm a part of this, I'm a part of this, I'm a part of this. And there has no special meaning. Right. Hence why, when it comes down to it, on the indies, Roach is going to be one of the only ones that sticks around.
Right.
That's why DTA will fall. That is why
I don't think the DTA
Nomads
will fall.
I think they will.
I don't think they
You know how many egos are in that thing alone? I feel like Alex's, the weaponized Alex Weir, I'm pretty sure his ego could make up for every member there.
I'm not going to deny that one, but
But Roach will stick together because there's three of us.
But you know what, though?
And we don't just accept everybody.
We
crush everybody.
But is it really having an ego when you're that good? When you are just that good?
I still need proof.
What proof? The proof's it's all over the internet. Are you not watching? Are you blind? You got your blinders on?
I'm watching. I'm just not paying attention.
Oh, see, there's
I could take out Alex.
So
Come on now. In fact, I'm pretty sure he's got that Rising Star belt I want. Is that his own sister going against him?
Yeah. Well,
oh, I like her.
That's an always thing.
She can.
What? He's not called that anymore. He's somebody else now. But isn't he part of Roach? Yeah, what happened to that guy?
I'm pretty sure he's just food at this point.
It's food.
Hey, my monsters get hungry. I have to feed them something. They don't eat human food. Neither do I.
Woo! You heard it here, ladies and gentlemen. Buddy Hanlon has been eaten by Roach.
So he's literally part of us, just...
only on Rasslin Rage. All right, so another big thing happened But this one's a 19-year anniversary. Okay? So Tuesday, July 9th, it marked the 19-year anniversary of Booker T winning his first WCW championship. What's really significant, that's pretty significant for his career, but not only that, he was the second black male in WCW history to win a title.
Yep.
The person before that, Ron Simmons. All right. But Ron Simmons won in 1992. So in 2000 is when Booker T won. It took 8 years. Now think about this for a second. 1992 was the first time WCW seen a black champion. And if I'm not mistaken, they have it in the record books as Ron Simmons as the first black champion in wrestling, as far as a singles champion. So it was 1992 before we saw a black champion. That's insane. That's insane to me. Like, by 92, we were a little bit further ahead.
Sort of. I mean, you look to
Holy
movies or you look to
smokes.
anything else, and we really weren't that far ahead. Everything takes time, I guess. It's amazing how slow it takes, but it does take time.
Yeah,
I might be a bad guy, but I'm not for that kind of crap.
Right.
And it's crazy just from 1992 to now how far things have jumped.
True.
Now we're looking at
Oh yeah.
people from everywhere wrestling are being put in the spotlight, and now you have transgender wrestlers that are stepping in, which I think is wonderful. The business is changing, and it's changing, I think, faster than it ever has.
Right. Yeah. Well. Yeah. We won't use homophobia as a gimmick.
I hope so.
Well, I don't think you're gonna. You won't see it in AEW. You won't see that in AEW, but WWE, you see that crap
Because it's still mainstream, and that's the problem.
Yeah. And I personally, I'm not interested in WWE anymore. I really am not. There's nothing that's interested me. You know, I was a little bit. They had me a little bit when I found out they hired Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff as the executive directors, and then first show that they were on, everybody, it was awesome. Then the next week it sucks.
And I think that's the issue too, is people are going to jump, okay, we're going to watch this first week and it's got to be great this first week. And then it just falls.
Yeah.
What they don't understand is that it takes time.
Right.
So
it does take time.
I think you have to give it time for it to get better. I feel like every wrestling promotion, every wrestling
I would agree with
thing
that, but
goes in slumps.
How long is WWE even going at this? And maybe eventually someday I will watch again, but I'm just not invested in any of the storylines. I'm not going, I gotta watch WWE.
Personally, I've been personally enjoying the Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins storyline. Don't know why. Maybe it's just because I'm a chick, I guess.
I mean, I
don't
like
know,
Seth
but-
Rollins. I like those. I like Becky Lynch. I like Seth Rollins.
Do I
But
think they're pushing it down our throat? Absolutely.
I don't watch it for them, though. You get what I'm
No.
saying?
Yeah.
I would like Seth Rollins, AJ Styles. When they had that match, I didn't watch the pay-per-view. I went back and watched the match. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how I watch WWE. If I know there's a good match, I'll go back, watch that match, and that's all I watch. I don't get invested in the storylines. Okay, so we have word from we have word from Weaponized Alex Weir. He says he can kill Arabella with his pinky, but he can't drag his lovesick butt away from his 95-pound girlfriend long enough to tell us himself. Of course not.
He wishes he could beat me with his pinky.
All right, so I don't know if you guys remember this guy, Aaron Haddad, all right? Formerly known as Damien Sandow, shared a video on his Twitter confirming he has a new gimmick, calling himself the Millennial Slayer. Yeah, I can't spell. The video was taken in front of the Battle Arts Academy, which is known for lots of things of long wrestling too. But he was teasing a return, and then the next day he announced he is returning and will be competing in Battle Arts Academy wrestling show on July 12th. So here comes another one. Somebody coming back to the business. Hello, Rebecca. Nice to see you. Tell Q I said hi, and I'm holding this hostage, by the way. Maybe he wants this someday. I don't know. Maybe it'll end up on the wall. It's a donation now? Tell him. Say, hey Q, is Seth Rollins a donation? So, big news coming out of one day, he says. Big news coming out of Major League Wrestling. MLW has announced their very first pay-per-view. They're calling it Saturday Night Super Fight. Should be a good one. I like that name, to be honest. It'll take place on November 2nd in Chicago Cesario Stadium. I don't know how to say that, but whatever. According to the press release, it will be available on cable as well as Fight TV for $19.95. Scheduled to run for 2 hours and 50 minutes.
Hey, if all pay-per-views want to run at that price, that'd be great.
That would be nice, wouldn't it? Very nice. He's at his friend's house. Oh, he's getting it now. Tell him this is why Master Weir has more views, because he's not committed. Master Weir's committed. Q's not committed. All right, so this weekend, tomorrow, matter of fact, Fight for the Fallen, AEW takes place. So you can watch it?
Probably.
All right, it's free. So
Yeah, probably just because it is free and I want to see what the talent looks like, I suppose.
Right. So these are the matches as we know. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Cody and Dustin Rhodes versus the Young Bucks. That's going to be a good one. Kenny Omega versus Sema. That's going to be a good match, man.
Should be.
Sema's awesome. Little tid. I talked about this last week, but Sema is trained by the Ultimo Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
He's from Japan. He went to Mexico, trained in Lucha, went back to Japan and trained Japanese in Lucha style. Anyways, Brandy Rhodes versus Allie. Another good match. Kip Sabian versus Adam Hangman Page. Cool. Lucha Bros versus SCU. And Chris Jericho is appearing. And I don't know if you've seen this, but they're giving him a live mic and they're going to let him talk. So someone's about to get an earful. And then on the pre-show, you have Sonny Kiss versus Peter Avalon, which is going to be a good match too. And then this is man, I'm just going to watch the pre-show.
Why is this on the pre-show?
I don't know. No clue, but it's amazing. Jimmy Havoc, a team of Jimmy Havoc, who is UK's hardcore deathmatch dude. Great wrestler, by the way, too. But you have Jimmy Havoc, Darby Allin, another crazy dude, amazing wrestler. Absolutely love him. Seen him live many times at Evolve. Great. Joey Janela, somebody else who's good I've seen live. MJF, Sammy Guevara, and Sean Spears. So Jimmy Havoc, Darby Allin, and Joey Allen face off against MJF, who has got a mouth on him. Let me tell you what. Sammy Guevara and Sean Spears, who the chair shot Sean Spears. Did you see that chair shot? My Lord. That was
a little nasty.
A little nasty, but hey, it is what it is.
Maybe he feeds on blood too. Maybe he needed to do it that way.
Then, so the word is that the Impact Tag Team LAX contract is coming up in August. And so some are saying WWE and AEW both have put offers out there. Now, I'm not sure how true that really is, because anytime I've ever talked to anybody that's worked for WWE or anything like that, nobody will talk to you unless your contract is up. Mm-hmm. Now, however, there has been reports as of lately that WWE is being a little more aggressive than they have been in previous years, specifically with MLW talent.
The name of the game.
Right. And so I could see maybe, but I don't know if there's offers on the tables, but there might be some jaw jacking back and forth.
Honestly, I forgot LAX was it.
So
my bad.
There's a lot of people online that are speculating whether or not they're going to go to AEW or WWE or where they're going to go, or if they even stay in Impact. So I made a statement to somebody online, and this is what it is. Why would they go to WWE right now with the way that the tag division is?
Mm-hmm. Roach needs to show up there and change it.
Well, you got to change the man in charge first. You know, that's exactly how it is. You got to change the man up front, the man running the show.
I think I could do some convincing.
Well, I mean,
I have two big monsters on my side. You never know.
Would they have some great competition in WWE? Absolutely. But if they want to be tag team and actually work tag team, WWE ain't going to be the
I
spot.
think if WWE's got a plan, what they're going to do is they're going to bring in LAX. Then they're going to start scouting other tag teams all in.
They already got some really good tag teams that
Yeah,
they're
but
not utilizing.
It's WWE. They're stupid. They don't notice that.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know.
And honestly, you know what? I could see them in NXT, though.
Right.
I could see them flourishing in NXT.
They could flourish in NXT, but then once they make it to the main roster, it's all over.
Yeah, they got time
All
before
the
that
tag
happens.
teams flourish in NXT. And then once they make it to the main roster, it's done. It's over. You know, there really is.
Kind of like Asuka and Carson.
There's really not a lot going on in the tag division in WWE. You know, and if it was me, and I really prided myself in tag work, and that's what I was known for, and that's what I wanted to do, then I would probably go somewhere that's trying to build a good tag division, say AEW.
I like what Josh said.
Or Impact, or stay in Impact.
You're absolutely right.
Oh,
absolutely right. Roach has no competition. Not on BWCW, not in AEW, not in NXT, not in WWE. We are the best tag team around. We just need more opponents to crush. Instead of facing the same ones over and over again. I saw you shaking your head. I could kill you live on camera if you'd like. It's been a while since I've fed. Probably a couple days.
Yeah, okay. Sweet. Now I'm a little bit scared. All right.
You should be.
All right. So the WWE hasn't had a show that's televised from the Madison Square Garden since 2009. Now, they have had a show at Madison Square Garden. That was the one where they brought The Undertaker back, but it was not televised. They're returning, finally, September 9th and 10th for Raw and SmackDown. So, first time since 2010 years since they've been back to Madison Square Garden. I wonder if, because New Japan just had a show there, Dominion. I wonder if the beginning of the tournament, I wonder if maybe with that might be kind of like they're, I don't know, do you think they're like a little ticked off?
Well, sometimes there are things that are considered territorial. Animals, things like that, wrestling promoters. So yeah, probably.
Yeah, okay. So
I know I'm territorial, but whatever.
That's pretty much all the WWE. I'm going to talk.
Taylor said I should eat you.
Please don't eat me. All right. You know what? Funny story is there was these girls that I went to high school with. They were goth, and they bit me one time.
Goth and being a vampire, two very different things.
I know, but they bit me.
No. I'm talking about draining you and just leaving you here. I'll take over the show whenever.
My wife might have something to say about that. She might not be happy about that. All right, so
I'm a queen. I can provide her plenty of riches. It's fine.
Oh, well, you better get to talking to her because she needs money.
I'll just wait till the day that you piss her off enough, and I'll show up.
I'm not sucking up. I like who I like. You are a suck up. You know it.
I'll take care of the kids. I love kids.
Right.
Arabella doesn't hate kids unless they're snotty little brats.
I already kind of talked about that, so I just wanted to, I'm again, like I said, I'm not. You're going to see a lot less WWE talk on the show because I'm just not watching it as much.
Fair enough.
So with that said, what's that mean? It's legit wrestling questions. You can ask me a question. You can ask her a question. You can ask both of us a question. It don't matter.
Make sure they're not stupid, or I'll find you.
What she said. No, I don't have life insurance. She got a new job, remember? All right, so legit wrestling questions.
Exactly, Taylor. So you know what's happening here.
My
pure
new
gold.
mom might have eaten my dad. Oh Lord, that's never mind. I'm not going to tell you what that sounds like. Anyways,
Get your mind out of the gutter. You're talking to a queen.
did you not know that it's there 96.5 times? It's 96.5% of the time. Yeah, you should have known that. All right. So, anyways, if you would have done your research. So, anyways, t-shirt, Rasslin Rage, right? ProWrestlingTees.com/Rasslin Rage. You get one there. Don't forget, this week was Electric Ely versus Drazakio, and Dread King Logan, the DSW champion. Interview was up. You can check those out. Next week, you can look forward to Sabrina Kyle and Laurel Cassidy from XBW. That'll be Monday, 10 a.m. Also, on Wednesday at 10 a.m., a conversation with Kid Bullet. So you can check both of those out. Make sure, if you haven't already, smash that like button. Also, subscribe. If you're catching us on the replay on Facebook, head on over to r2youtube.com on YouTube and like and subscribe, please. Also, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, yada, 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 yada.
Because you want to see more of my face, right?
So let's see here. Do we got any questions?
I think we have a couple. It's the same question, though.
What? When are you going to kill me?
No, they asked who's my first victim when I come back to the ring.
Oh, legit. Okay,
and
Arabella,
who do I want to fight?
Who do you want to fight?
Well, honestly, like I said, I want gold around my waist. So whether that's the Rising Star title, which, let's be honest, I could carry that better than Alex does, but I'll be a little bit more realistic. I think my first match back, I want Shayla Hyde because I want to ruin her. I want to end her career.
Fair.
I want her out.
Okay.
Now, I would also enjoy fighting Shauna so I can take back a title she had me defend that wasn't even mine and put it around my waist where it needs to be.
Okay.
Next question.
When you come back to the ring, who do you want to be your first victim? We already answered that. Legit question. Who do you want to face? Barrel. Who your dream match be against and why?
Male or female? I guess I could do both.
Hey, Josh, remember when your wife was cheering Shauna?
Excuse me? You know what? No. That's okay. She can cheer all she wants until I step foot in the ring. Then it's all Arabella.
Okay.
But dream match, I'm gonna have to say, is a big tie between. Gonna be a tie between. Let's see, Heidi Katrina and.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Tessa Blanchard or. Kari Sane. I don't know why. Those three girls I really want to wrestle. No idea why. I just kind of want to beat them up.
Fair enough.
Male wise, honestly, would love to go against someone like, like Alex or Seth Rollins or just somebody I can make a fool of. It'd be great.
Lord, all right, here we go. If you had to pick a different tag partner, who would you trust to have your back?
What kind of question is that? There is nobody to trust. There's nobody in BWCW or XBW that I can trust other than Roach. So why would I ever want a different partner? That's just a stupid question. I told you no stupid questions or I'd find you.
I'm not even going to say anything. I'm not saying nothing.
Go ahead, speak your mind.
No, I can't. I can't do anything.
Oh, why not?
She outranks me. So let's see here. Who is your favorite indie wrestler?
Ooh. Hard one. I follow so many.
Favorite. Okay, so who was the last indie wrestler that you watched that you like?
I've got my eye on someone named Lola Star. I don't know what it is, but I really like watching her.
Lola Star?
Yes. Okay. Yep. Or I'd actually have to put Heidi Katrina up there.
Okay.
I may have tried to hit her in the face, but I do like watching her destroy people. It's great.
Isn't that what you're supposed to do, though?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I do like watching her destroy people. It's
Right.
wonderful.
Who is your favorite monster? You can't like them both equally. Oh.
Now, who's trying to pull Roach apart?
Josh.
Josh, come on. You are
Taylor.
supposed to be my favorite friend.
Taylor says, "Oh, Josh,
You're supposed to be my favorite fan, and you're asking stupid questions. I like both of my monsters equally, but if I have to pick a member of Roach or a monster, it's me. Because technically I'm a monster. Yeah?
A monster. A monster.
Monster.
I am a monster.
I am a vampire,
I am a monster.
so I'm my favorite monster.
Monster. Really surprised. Well, she did say herself, so it's heard. I knew it. It's herself. Well, duh.
Duh.
Who do you expect to be back in the ring? When do you expect to be back in the ring? You just
Hopefully
seen
soon.
it. She was just in the ring
Yeah,
Saturday.
did you just miss it?
Where were you? You were there.
I was the best part of that match. And by the way, never was actually thrown out. Should have won.
He was probably.
I got
He
wrong.
was
Because
probably
that
like,
stupid Shayla Hyde had to freaking fight me all the way to the back. I should have won that match. You can't tell me I'm wrong. I never got thrown over.
I don't know. I didn't see. So I can't say if you did or didn't. I didn't see. Sorry. I did see Jeff the Ref Bundy try to throw Heidi Katrina over.
He doesn't belong in a women's match. Stupid ref.
You heard it here first. Ladies and gentlemen, Jeff the Ref. Called Stupid
If he wants a match, I'll give him one. If
by Arabella.
he wants a match, I'll give him
She
one.
is still in that match. Well, I mean,
Exactly. I'm still winning.
the bell
clearly.
rang. Once the bell rings, it's over, buddy.
Well, then whoever was ringing
It's
the bell is a
official.
moron because I didn't get thrown over.
I'm not saying anything. All right, so that's that. Don't forget that you can get TV. You can get T-shirts. Man, I wish I had TVs for sale, right? I could make some profit, right? So, anyways, you can get ProWrestlingTees.com/Rasslin Rage. You can get your T-shirts and all that good stuff. So next week, like I said, you can check that match out. Donald Polehill. What's up, bro? How you doing?
That's
The-
my uncle.
Hey, hi, Uncle. How you doing? But the bell had rung before Jeff won both of the Battle Royals. Oh,
Oh,
nice.
I love you too.
Oh, so check them out. Check all that good stuff out. And then following week is another match from XBW. But the big interview coming up Wednesday, not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday, 2 weeks, Isaiah Bronner. So check that one out, okay? Isaiah Bronner. Listen, thank you for coming on the show again. I appreciate it.
You're
Good ti-
welcome, peasant.
Good times. Good times. We'll check you guys again next week, same time, same place at r2youtube.com. Don't forget to head on over to Facebook and do all that good stuff.